The Power Rangers are undoubtedly one of the most famous franchises in pop culture, and they have created many wonderful memories for all of us. While they are widely known, the world of Power Rangers has many things that go unnoticed in the shadows of other popular things. Over the course of 23 seasons and 19 series, the Power Rangers have had several different powers, ranging from their ability to summon Zords to their fighting abilities. Besides these abilities, they have many fascinating lesser-known powers, and today we will explore these powers and tell you all about them. Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us it means a lot. Thank you, and let's begin.
It's a hologram. It's not real.
They can self-replicate themselves. Self-replication is one of the most fascinating powers in the history of Power Rangers, and Elizabeth Delgado was the only Ranger who gained this ability. Appearing in Power Rangers SPD as the Yellow Ranger, Elizabeth was genetically gifted with the ability to self-replicate and create numerous versions of herself. She grew up in a harsh environment and faced a lot of bullying due to her powers, but she strived to improve the world and be a part of something bigger. She is famously known for using this ability for the welfare of society, and she never used her power for selfish gains in order to create more duplicates and run errands for herself. Instead, Elizabeth joined the Power Ranger squad and applied her powers by creating many versions for herself and using them to overpower enemies or save innocent lives. Every single replication was real, and she could split herself into many equally tangible versions of herself. The Power Rangers are unbelievably agile. While the Power Rangers have higher levels of agility and speed as compared to humans, some of the Rangers are on a whole new level and are unbelievably agile. Dax Lowe was one such Ranger, and he first appeared in Power Rangers Operation Overdrive as the Blue Ranger. He used to have a job as a movie stuntman, but he left this role after feeling like his work was not being appreciated enough. He was genetically agile, but his job left him feeling unfulfilled, and he then joined the Power Rangers to do something better with his life. Dax was so agile that he could jump for long distances and move through crowded places and battlefields at an incredible speed. His experience as a stuntman shaped his career as a Ranger, and his super agility was also useful while dodging his opponent's attacks.
Skipped over most of grade school and went straight to college. Since then, it's been studying for my PhD, lectures, preparing my thesis, and now...
Do the Power Rangers have an enhanced memory? While having an enhanced memory may not seem like a power that is useful in combat or physical altercations, it was still quite a remarkable power and came in handy for Rose Ortiz. Also known as the Pink Ranger from Power Rangers Operation Overdrive, Rose Ortiz's ability to memorize anything in front of her was not covered to a great extent in the series. Nevertheless, she had an enhanced memory and a genius-level intellect. Rose had extensive knowledge of almost every subject in the world, and she was considered a prodigy. Her enhanced memory helped her learn and retain information, and she could remember facts about ancient artifacts and legends. Rose was primarily known for her invisibility powers that she gained after joining Operation Overdrive, but her enhanced memory was an excellent addition to her set of powers. They are capable of hardening their skin. Out of all the lesser-known powers of the Rangers, their ability to harden their skin stands out as a unique power that isn't seen among most superheroes. So far, only one Power Ranger, Ethan James, had displayed this ability when he appeared in Power Rangers Dino Thunder in 2004. After gaining access to the Blue Dino Gem, Ethan could cover his entire body in scales that would harden his skin and make it near impossible for anyone to penetrate through the tough exterior. This skin was similar to that of a Triceratops, and it also turned blue whenever he used his Dino Gem to gain access to this power. He had a stylish physical appearance as a result of this ability, and his Tricera skin ensured that he could fight just about anyone without worrying about hurting himself. Since he was associated with the Triceratops, Ethan controlled the Tricerazord and used the Tricera shield as his preferred choice of weapon. After having such powerful tools in his arsenal, Ethan was one of the coolest Power Rangers in the Dino Thunder series, and his hardened skin served as an additional layer of security.
What's my power? What's my power? Cool! I'm invisible!
The power of invisibility. While we have already explored Rose Ortiz's enhanced memory powers, she was more famously known for her ability to turn invisible. Rose opted for genetic reconstruction when she joined Operation Overdrive and then gained genetic invisibility. While she could turn invisible, the origins of her powers significantly differed from that of other Rangers with the same powers. For instance, Rose got her powers genetically, but Tommy Oliver gained invisibility with the help of the Black Dino Gem. Rose was likened to Tommy due to the similarities in their powers, but Tommy surpassed her in popularity and later gained a bad reputation after turning evil. Nevertheless, invisibility was just one of those superpowers that captivated the audience's attention, and it was quite fun to watch these characters go invisible on the screen. These Rangers could use this power for numerous reasons, but it was especially useful when they had to sneak past someone while avoiding detection or escaping a dangerous situation. They could turn invisible to corner their opponents and take them by surprise, and the power of invisibility had truly gotten Rose and Tommy out of rough patches every now and then.
You want to destroy him because he's a mutant? Well, you don't even know his story. You hate him because he looks different.
Power Rangers have a few psychic powers up their sleeve. While psychic powers are widely popular among superheroes across pop culture, only one Power Ranger in the history of the franchise has gained these powers. Trip was a green-haired alien from the planet of Zybria, and he became the first ever non-human Green Ranger. He could peek into the future and predict events that wouldn't take place for ages to come, and he had a green gem embedded into his forehead. This gem helped him gain psychic powers, but Trip struggled to control these powers and felt like they were overtaking him. Trip could read minds and look into the future from time to time, but he couldn't control his visions. Rather, they controlled him. He could not completely rely on these powers either, as there was no saying when he might actually find something significant through these visions. Besides peeking into the future and reading minds, his psychic powers also enabled him to pinpoint locations of places that he had never visited before. They have the power of molecular alteration. Also known as the Pink Ranger from the 2005's Power Rangers SPD, Sydney Drew gained the power of molecular alteration among other powers. She could change her molecular structure to match that of any object that she touched, and she usually used this power with the help of the Fist of Iron. Sydney always carried this tool on her belt, and it enabled her to copy the molecular structure of a small piece of iron to attain the properties of this metal. In most scenarios, Sydney would transform her hand's molecules into iron and throw powerful punches at her opponents. While molecular alteration is a tricky concept to be included in the show targeted towards young kids, it certainly made for an interesting power and helped Sydney in tricking her opponents and gaining the upper hand in fights.
I know. Don't worry.
Their ability to communicate with animals. Some Power Rangers were blessed with the ability to communicate with animals and ask them for help against mutual enemies. Animal communication is one of the most useful powers that one can have, especially in instances where one works closely with nature. The first Power Ranger to have this ability was Maya, and she hailed from the jungle planet of Miranoi before she became the Yellow Ranger. Maya's history on Miranoi helped her establish connections with animals and gain support in situations where they needed allies. Besides Maya, the 2002 Power Rangers Wild Force introduced us to Cole Evans, another ranger with the ability to connect with wildlife. Cole lived on the island basis of Aminarium and was known for establishing meaningful, empathetic connections with animals from a very young age. He later gained the ability to communicate with wild Zords after he became a Power Ranger, and his connection to animals and Zords proved to be very useful whenever he found himself in a tough spot.
Never played a pool before.
Whoa! That was you!
Their insane telekinesis powers. The Power Rangers were bestowed with the ability to perform telekinesis, and they implemented this power in many unique ways. They typically used telekinesis to move things around with their mind, but they had to focus on their thoughts in order to use this power properly. It usually came in handy during fights, and two human rangers named Andros and Zane could perform telekinesis in the 1999 series Power Rangers in Space. They could teach telekinesis to other rangers by helping them focus their thoughts, and Zane decided to help another ranger, Ashley, as she learned how to move objects with her mind. However, this stirred up a lot of negative emotions in Andros, who had feelings for Ashley, and his jealousy got the better of him, and he put a stop to Zane's involvement in Ashley's training. While any ranger could learn telekinesis if they succeeded in focusing their thoughts, it had to be used sparingly and only for the betterment of society. If any ranger used telekinesis or any other power for selfish reasons, they lost access to their powers and significantly became weaker. Besides Andros and Zane, Karone from Power Rangers Lost Galaxy had the ability to perform telekinesis as well. They are incredibly fast. Needless to say, the Power Rangers are extremely fast moving around, and they all possess superhuman speed. Their suits are designed to naturally augment their speed, and this power especially becomes useful whenever they want to catch a criminal or outrun a threat. The Rangers could cover large distances in a matter of seconds, and their speed helped them attack an entire group of villains in just a moment's time. While every Power Ranger gained superhuman speed due to their suits, 2 Power Rangers were popularly known for having unimaginable speed. Connor McKnight from Power Rangers Dino Thunder was one such ranger, and he could move at the speed of sound. Connor had gained his abilities after a red dino gem fused with his own DNA, and his speed was a byproduct of this fusion. In the 2007 Power Rangers Operation Overdrive series, Ronnie Robinson was a Yellow Ranger with a reputation for being faster than every human athlete on Earth. If that was not impressive enough, Ronnie had the ability to slow down the entire world to match her speed whenever she moved too fast. Conclusion. Ranging from their psychic abilities to telekinesis powers, the Power Rangers truly had some super cool powers hidden up their sleeves. While the Power Rangers franchise is too vast to uncover every single power that has been bestowed upon these teenage superheroes, we hope that you enjoyed a few lesser-known powers from this video and learned something new about these classic characters' abilities. If you liked our content, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to us if you haven't already. Have a good one and be safe. Thanks, everyone.